Hi everyone. Wait, hang on, yeah. Okay. Hi everyone, can you hear me? Okay, awesome. All right, now welcome to our class for today. Okay, thank you very much for coming and spending some time with us this evening. Okay, I know many of you might be having your exams or your exams are already finished. Okay, in that case, great that you can join us. I hope we can pick up some useful tips along the way. Okay, now for today, what we'll be doing is we'll be going through some summary skills, which is actually vocab using of substitution words, right? As well as going through a proposal. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is for those of you who haven't already done so, right, could you just please go and do your summary uh, worksheet on the pre-lesson notes, right? Okay. I think I've got about 20 questions, if I remember correctly, for your summary notes. 10, hang on, 10, yes, I think I've got 20 questions for your vocab summary skills questions, okay? And then I'll go through a situational writing. So could you please just try out the vocab? It's quite challenging. I would say it's not easy, right? Take about 20 minutes for that. Also look at your situational writing questions, okay, the different excerpts, right? And could you please plan out what you would like to say for that? And I'll go through with you a model kind of sample thing. Okay, so I'll give you 20 minutes for your vocab. I'll really like for you to try it. Okay, please go and search up the meanings. Okay, 20 minutes. We'll come back at 5:50. Okay, and we'll go through the vocab question as well as the situational writing. So for those of you who've already done it, can you just please plan out your situational writing for me? Okay, any questions, please ping me on the chat. Okay, and we will go through in about 20 minutes. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hey students, you've got about another 20 more minutes. Sorry, not 20 more minutes, about 3 more minutes. Yeah, 20 more minutes, my goodness. Hope all of you are coping okay with school, right? Nothing too exciting happening. And if anything, you're able to handle it. Okay. Yeah, usually it's a very silent class, so I don't expect any response anyway. Okay. Okay, just a couple more minutes, yeah? I hope you managed to try out the questions. The chat later. It'll be nice to have some responses, okay? Okay, guys, very good. For those of you who are done, congratulations. I don't know why I say congratulations at school. It's like some very, very terrible thing, but it is quite challenging, isn't it? Okay, come, we'll go through the answers. All right, it is thereabouts to about a couple more seconds to 5:50. Okay, now just help me out by keying in your answers. Okay, the tribal dancers who were excessively decorated in their attire dance vigorously to the loud and quick beats of drums and gongs all throughout the night. Okay. Okay. Anyway, that was not necessary. Okay. In the attire dance vigorously to the loud and quick beats of drums and gongs all through the night, right? Garnish is basically when you put some garnish on the food, right? Flamboyant means someone who's very flamboyant, is very likes to attract attention because of a certain way that they portray themselves, whether it's exuberance, confidence, or stylishness, right? Garish would be very bright, very showy, very lurid. Okay, and understated will be presented or expressed in a very subtle, very effective way. Okay, so in maybe when you say someone's understated, right, or something is understated, means it's not as pronounced as it should be. Anybody wants to help me out? Anybody just chat through the answers? You can just type it. Yes, very good. Is that he flamboyant? Good, keep it up.
okay, because it is excessively decorated. Lucas, who is extremely overweight, means he's very what? Obese, right? Okay, not that he's cadaverous, right? Not that he's burly, not that he's stout, but he's just obese. Okay, now, every time the two neighbors spoke, the topic of conversation would unfailingly what? Diverge, right? You're going in separate directions, right? Or rather different directions, right? So it's diverge. When the young woman first registered for the basic yoga course, she was full of excitement and interest. She was full of zest. Okay? My grandfather, who was so economical that even though he had enough money, he would think twice about replacing his torn shoes with a new pair. Anybody wants to help me for this? Inhospitable, lavish, parsimonious, or profligate? Profligate, sorry. Nobody. Oh dear. For this question, you're right. See, parsimonious, right? Very unwilling to spend money. Okay, these are just basically substitution words that you can actually use. Okay, Martha's notes are often full of information, very copious, right? Abundant in supply. And if you read them, you'll find that you may not have to read the main textbook at all. Having grown rather weak in mind and body, so basically it is just senile, right? Not effete, not delicate, not frail, because these are basically generation of the body, but because the same mind as well, so it's senile. In her rage, Mrs. Fong became unable to produce distinct sounds, right? She became inarticulate, right? When you say articulate, it means the ability to speak or express one's ideas clearly. Inarticulate is just the opposite. Okay, eloquent means to speak very well. Voluble means to speak very fluently. More or less about the same meanings, just that you got to be careful with how it's phrased, yeah? The prisoner's lawyer opposed the surrender of his client to her own country. So in this case, it would be extradition, one state surrendering an individual to another state for persecution or punishment. Okay, in the requesting country's jurisdiction. So it's extradition, right? On the grounds that his client is pregnant and unfit for travel, because this one has to be within the country itself. This is a country by country kind of legal term, right? And the wild elephants will occasionally storm into the village and inflict. Inflict means wreak much havoc before disappearing into the forest again. Okay, all okay so far. Now, how many of you got 10 out of 10? All right, okay, we'll go through set 2 now. Okay, 7, not too bad, pretty good. Okay, I needed time to think over the proposal at length. So basically, when you think about something, right, quite deeply, will be to mull over something, not mediate, okay, not reminiscent, right, not speculate, but mull over something, to think about something in depth. Okay, Mr. Tan, known to be an individual who distrusts human beings and believes that everything is done for selfish reasons. So basically, he is a misanthropy, right? He does not like humanity. He's very, very suspicious. He's very cautious of humanity. Okay. The biology teacher's lecture on evolution showed little logical connection of ideas. Basically, it was very incoherent. When you say someone is not able to express themselves very in an organized manner, it's very incoherent. As human beings, we are each not free from error. We all make mistakes, but what is important is that we learn from our mistakes, right? So we are basically infallible, right? We are incapable of making mistakes. Not free from error is incapable of making mistakes, but we are all very, very capable of it, right? Although a famous author had lived alone most of her life, she was not really a shy and quiet person who looks inward, but someone who enjoyed our company. Right? She was not really a shy and quiet person. She was not really that's right, okay, introvert, right? When you are quiet, you reflect a lot on yourself, right? You're actually an introvert. The protesters were arrested for stirring up the riots in the otherwise peaceful town and were promptly placed behind bars, right? So when you stir up riots, basically, it is to instigate certain things, to initiate certain things, right? Not enrage, not taunting, not inspiring, okay? But when you instigate, you start something. It appears that Joan has an inborn ability to work out complicated mathematics problems that people much older than her are not able to. So inborn ability